guys, welcome back. So to start off this look, I'm using my e.l.f. poreless primer and I'm just rubbing that all over my face. And then for foundation today, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. You're going to notice that it's a little closer to my body and neck color rather than my face, which is always a little bit wider. And I'm using a Sigma paddle brush to just kind of lay that across the primer I just put on my face. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender and just set it in so it's a little bit more blended. I just like to lay it across the areas where I put the primer so that it really well covers up my pores and stuff like that. I always have to go back and uncover my beauty mark because I hate the way it looks with makeup caked up on it. So now I'm going in with my Revlon Photoready concealer, and I'm just going to go down the edges of my nose to kind of make my nose look smaller or appear smaller, and then I'm going to lighten the areas of my face that I want to give the others dimension. I don't know if that makes sense. So the darker areas will naturally have dimension by the areas that I'm lighting. And I was kind of having a little bit of difficulty blending this out, so I decided to add some of my Physicians Formula Argan oil to my hand and then take my beauty blender and kind of dab it into the product. This is really useful for when you're having a difficult time blending out products because they're just too thick. And now I'm going in with my RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm immediately setting under my eyes before they get like wrinkly from the product. That sounds so gross. Oh my gosh, help. And now I'm going over other areas of my face that also tend to crease up to kind of avoid that from the start. And now I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Pomade in Soft Brown. I did kind of make my eyebrows a little darker than I had intended to make them. I just kept looking in like what my monitor, what the camera was seeing, and they just look like so terrible like on camera, and so I kept like trying to fix them to make them like look good on camera, but then I just kept making them darker than I had anticipated. But bold brows go really well with bold eye makeup, which is what we're doing, so I think it worked out really well still. And I took that same concealer and just that flat Sigma brush and carved out around my brows, and that just really helps make them defined and perfect. And then I used my beauty blender to blend that product around them really easily. And then I also used that to prime my eyelids for the eyeshadow, which is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, and I'm using that matte just like skin color shade in the palette to set my eyes to prepare them for our transition. And for the transition shade, I'm using this sort of caramelly, gosh, this palette, I've had it for so long, I can't even read the names on it anymore. They're totally gone. But I'm using this like caramelly kind of ash color and just my Sigma blending brush and just going on my crease. And then now I'm taking a slightly darker matte brown. This is probably one of my favorite colors in the palette. It just works with so many different skin tones. It's a really great color. And I'm going on the edge, and then as you can see, I'm kind of adding that same color towards the inner V of my eye. And this is what's going to help create that halo effect. In my opinion, whenever you do any sort of smoky eye, you always need to start out with matte eyeshadow shades and then slowly progress to like metallics. So I went in with this medium metallic-y brown on the center of the halo, and then I'm just gradually blending out what I add with that fluffy Sigma brush and just darkening around it with that same brown. And then now I'm going in with this pink champagne shade in the palette, and I'm just patting that on my finger in the center of the halo again. And now I'm going in with a slightly smaller blending brush by Sigma again, and I'm focusing that on the outer edges of the eye look, on the farthest ends of the halo. And so I'm just grabbing that darkest brown and putting that in there, the darkest brown in the palette. And then I'm taking my blending brush again and just going over all of that to make sure it's nice and well blended. And for the center of my eyes, why am I talking like that? I'm using ColourPop's Fringe Super Shock Eyeshadow and just, throwing that in there. Curling my lashes, and I'm going in with this L'Oreal Lineur Intense eyeliner. Okay, so this was my first time trying this eyeliner. Not a good decision of mine. I actually hated, I don't want to say hated, it's so negative. I did not like this eyeliner at all. It was just so crumbly, it was just so dry, and it was drying out and flaking off of my eye as I was using it. And then, okay, to the eyeliner's benefit, I've been kind of struggling because I've never had to do eyeliner with one hand until I started filming. And honestly, it's pretty difficult because I'd never really practiced it that way before. But, you live and you learn. So I probably won't be repurchasing this eyeliner, but, some people might love it. Who knows? I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but just wasn't my favorite. So now I'm setting underneath that eyeliner with a little bit of that matte vanilla shade in the Too Faced palette. And I had to darken up my crease just a little bit more with that dark shade in the Too Faced palette. Just one more time. And now I'm going in with my Maybelline Better Skin Powder and my favorite e.l.f. tapered blending brush. And I'm just cleaning up any excess eyeshadow that might have fallen during creating the eye look. And now I'm going in with my L'Oreal Voluminous Million Lashes Mascara. That is a mouthful. And I'm just giving my eyelashes a good old coat, and I am preparing them for some falsies. I was very excited to get to make new fake eyelashes, you guys, because I had not bought new falsies in a while. And I'm using my Duo lash glue. This lash glue, you guys, my eyelashes would not come off. They were on there. It was insane. And I'm using my e.l.f. Contoured blending brush. I don't know what it's called. It's a goodie. But I'm taking a mixture of the browns I put on top of my eye and just putting that on the bottom. Nothing fancy, just a regular lower lash line. And I am using my Sigma contour brush and my Anastasia Contour Powder Kit, and I'm focusing on the apples of my cheeks. I'm contouring specifically under there. I was trying something new. And then I'm baking with my tapered blending brush right underneath it, I curved it, as you can see. And then I took my beauty blender and I kind of pushed it in. I feel like I'm defying the normal rules of baking, but trying something different. And I'm using my Laminau blush kit. I'm using that center shade I just pointed at, if you could see. And now I'm taking my Marc Jacobs eye pencil, and I'm just putting that right in the inner corners. And then for the rest of the under eye, I'm using this nude Rimmel pencil. And I really like the effect it creates. I thought it was something different. I don't know. With the top of the eye being highlighted in the center, I felt like the bottom lash line should be highlighted in the center. I don't know. You can do whatever you want. It was just something I was trying out. And now I am mixing my falsies and my actual lashes together with some mascara. And I'm picking up that ColourPop Fringe eyeshadow, and I'm highlighting the inner corners. So nice and sparkly. And now I'm going in with my Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop Palette. Yes, hunty, as Mom would say. Gotta listen to my mom, Jaclyn. And so I'm just taking my Sigma brush, basically dousing my face with that so I look like I have a clinical sweating problem. And now I'm going in with my Kat Von D Lolita. And I was thinking that this eye look can go with basically any lipstick color you could ever imagine. So I was like, I'm gonna prove it to you guys. I'm gonna give the 3 moods, because I guess I don't have 2 moods, I have 3. And now I'm going in with the NYX Transylvania Soft Matte Lip Cream. I was having trouble building this up, but I think I made it work. I don't know. I was like, this is as dark as my soul. And for the last liquid lipstick, or what I thought was going to be the last liquid lipstick, I'm using the NYX Liquid NYX Liquid Suede liquid lipstick. And I did not end up wearing this lipstick because I thought it made me look like a baby hooker. So I went with something a little more natural. So I decided to go ahead and go with an oldie but a goodie ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in my jam, just lightly on the lips. And this is the final look, so I hope you guys like it. Love you guys. Bye.